Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Sammy here at Sammy J Stitches, and it is time for a new Flosstube week vlog style. Hopefully, as always, this one goes better than last week. Last week wasn't that bad, but so it is currently Monday evening. I didn't record at the beginning of my shift last night because I had this new start that I was starting with friends, and I don't typically do new starts on a truck night because my schedule is unpredictable. So trying to meet up with your friends or make sure I can get the start, things like that, it's too unpredictable. So typically I don't do it. However, and this is gonna be maybe a bit much for some people, but there was a purpose to us picking the 5th specifically. So my friend Vic over at Stitch and Button and I, we went to Stitch West together. We were roommates and we're really good friends. Friends who don't mind sharing everything, right? And so it was a whole eventful weekend. Anyway, I'll get back to that just a second. So a few weeks ago, she was looking through some of her new starts, and I noticed that she had Lilith of Labrador. I too have Lilith of Labrador. I've had her kitted for a couple years. I just never found, I'm really bad about needing reasons to start things. So I had never found one, and she's like, well, I'm starting it. You want to start it with me? And I said, yeah, sure. She's like, when? I'm like, you know what? I really just, whenever is fine. So because of one of the groups that we're in, we were able to start it this month because February is Pretty Ladies. And then so she's like, we need a reason to start it. So she was looking through this calendar of days of the month, or like those silly holidays, right? Not the, you know, big President's Day, Labor Day, things like that, but the Best Friends Day, or, you know, Sister's Day, those different ones that aren't necessarily on the main calendar, right? And she came across February 5th is National Fart Day. Why this is a thing, it's beyond me. I don't know why you would celebrate such a thing. However, for us, it is significant. So when we were in Stitch West and when we were sharing everything, because we're just friends like that, so we're both flying into Utah I'm from Texas and she's from Florida, and we're both flying into Utah, and we're texting each other, and I said, I really need this plane to land so that I can fart, because, you know, I was sitting in between two people, really big man on this side and a lady on this side, and I felt like super cramped. I couldn't move. And the last thing you want to do is pass gas when you're in the situation and you don't know what that could entail. So I'm like, I need this plane to land. She goes, oh my gosh, me too. So it was like, it started a theme for the entire weekend of a gaseous nature. So lots of passing of gas, lots of laughing about it, lots of talking about it. And so when we found that this holiday is all about that, I told her she's my fart buddy and we must start something together. Now, Lilith of Labrador has nothing to do with the holiday. The holiday is about the two of us. But it all worked out. And then Vicky over at Reading and Stitching also joined us, only because she had Lilith of Labrador. The rest was just, that was between Vic and I. So anyway, my plan Sunday night is a new start. Now, I'm also supposed to be starting a new daily 100, which is World Postage Stamp. It's what I'm going to work on for 2,000 stitches, is my goal on it, because it is a 2018 whip. I'll work on a daily 100 while I'm in the truck. Remember, when I'm out of the truck, full coverage. When I'm in the truck, non-full coverage. So I forgot it. I forgot it yesterday. I forgot it today. But that worked out because, like I was saying, I don't usually start things in the truck because I'm unpredictable. Well, so my goal was to get a little bit of work done really quickly and be able to stop and do this start before midnight and with these other people. So we all jumped on Zoom and I found a place to stop as soon as I could, and we all got together and we started. So that was one of the reasons I didn't record at the beginning, is because as soon as I was available, I wanted to be stitching. I didn't want to have to record. So that's part one of why it's Monday night. So I got started, and because I didn't have a daily 100, I just worked on this all night. Every time I got a chance to stop. So I was able to put about 500 stitches in her, which is pretty good for a work night. So now granted, there's pretty good bulks amount of stitching. I wasn't changing colors a lot. I wasn't trying to count a lot, things like that. So I got about 5 30-minute breaks. That's how that worked out. 30 minutes, put about 100 stitches in. So this was for me to count down to where it starts, because there's a bunch of beads and stuff up here that obviously I didn't start at the bottom because I don't have the water lilies for it yet. I put in the order yesterday. And so anyways, this is her hair. It's looking really good. We'll get over, her face will be right here, but it's in water lilies too, so I wasn't like pushing to really work on it. That's all hair. You cannot tell what that is. And my cover photo, okay, I don't have it with me. I will get to that in a second too. So I work a little, stitch a little, work a little, stitch a little, all night long, listening to this book. I don't even know where to go with this. Okay, so I was listening to A Court of Mist and Fury, I think. It's the second book in the series, A Court of Thorn and Roses, from Sarah J. Maas. Y'all, this book was so good, so intense, just picking apart my heart and like smashing it all together and then picking it apart again. I don't even know what to say. It was so amazing. And to the point, as soon as I finished listening to it, I immediately jumped on and got the third one. And I've started A Court of Wings and Ruin, I think is the third one. There's 4 right now. The 4th one, I guess, just came out. But it's about a different person. So these first 3 are about the same person. Anyway, amazing good book. So I was listening to that, working, stitching. I get back to the yard, I go and get gas, and I get back to the yard, and I tell my husband, because he's pulled up to talk to me, I'm like, can you give me 2 minutes? I need to record my video, and then I'll talk to you. I roll up my window, and here comes my relief. 20 minutes early, and messy. I haven't cleaned anything, like all my stuff is still everywhere. And I haven't recorded my video, but what took priority? Cleaning. So I got all my stuff moved over, and then he immediately got in the truck. So alas, here we are. In the frenzy of cleaning, my cover photo ended up somewhere. Pretty sure in my car somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. So that's why I don't have a cover photo of Lilith of Labrador for you right now. Actually, I might be able to do next best thing. Next best thing. It's not going to be great, but okay. So here is Lilith of Labrador. And as you can see, I got 500 stitches put into her last night. My goal for new starts this year, 500 stitches. So she is actually going to come off the Q-snap, she's hit her goal. I've accomplished another goal for February. She's going to come off the Q-snap and go on the bench until some other things have hit their goals. So that is the plan for Lilith. She is on a 32 count Jobelan in Kelpie from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's really pretty blue-green. Coming out pretty true to color, despite this truck being what it is when it comes to lighting. Okay, so that was what we did last night. Tonight, the plan is, I forgot my daily 100 again, but I'm going to work on family patchwork from Modern Folk Embroidery, because one of my friends started it today, in 2020, but today. So if I work on it, I get points for it. So anyways, we're gonna work on family patchwork tonight. We only need 200 stitches to get to our goal, but as I said in the last video, we have the entire week set up with our goals. I'll probably just work on her as much as I can tonight. Yeah, so that is it. I will check in later. Hopefully, I won't let myself go so long. All right, I'll check in later. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so I left myself enough time to record before going back to the yard and dealing with Mr. Shows Up Way Too Early. Which, you know, showing up early is great. I absolutely love when my reliefs show up early. I show up early. Our shift is 5:30 to 5:30. I am there by 5:05 every day. Sometimes, like today, 4:55, because I didn't have to take Lexi to softball practice. Anyways, I don't mind them getting there early. I just mind when they interrupt the flow of my day. So today, I made sure my flow happened on time. So, all night worked on family patchwork. Did I get my 200 stitches that I needed to complete the goal on it? Yes. Did I get any more than that? Yes, it did, because I just had a good stitchy night. Plus, it's monochromatic. I mean, it's not, it variegates. But anyways, you don't have to like pick threads, right? Sorry, text. Okay. Like I said earlier, I didn't really have any options to stop working on it when it hit its goal and work on something else, but that's fine, because it also has another goal. It has a yearly goal of 1,500 stitches on it, because I started in 2020. Also, by the way, it wasn't a friend's birthday, it was that Whip's birthday. I don't know how I missed that when we were making out what Whips had a birthday this month, but anyways, it was this one. I started it February 7th, 2020. So anyways, I worked on it last night, which was actually the 6th. I was all kinds of screwed up here, y'all. But also this morning, the 7th. So it got worked on its birthday. Excuse me. And I put in a grand total of 600 stitches. So overall, so far this year, this whip has 929 stitches out of the 1,500. So the next time I pull it out for a category and I have to put 500 in it, I'll put like 580 and we'll be done. Anyway, here's where we're at. And I've almost completed this section. So this was a stitch along, so each piece came individually. And let me tell you, when you're using a variegated thread like this, I'm kind of glad I did not keep up, because half of this tree is on this one and half of it's on this one, and that variegate would have looked funky. Anyway, so I have a few more of these circle things on that create the tree. I have the rest of this star that I had started. That's why the needle's still sitting there. And then something else here and a couple little things here. Anyways, the section is almost done. So the next time we pull it out, we'll be moseying on down, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and just complete this first row. It's 4 across and 3 down. So it's looking so good. So good. It's exciting. a lot of what slowed me down in the past when working on it, I'm not really having that issue anymore. So hopefully we'll see some more progress with this as time goes on. Like next time if I pull it out and put 900 stitches in it, you know, that'd be really good. But that's the only thing I have to show you. I'm lying. That's the only whip I have to show you. And but I have some happy mail. So this is some stuff for the shop. So I just figured I'd open it real quick. All right, so first I have a hat for winter by Stitches by Ethel. I just thought that bunny was too cute to pass up. This is 85 by 55, so it's fairly small. It has 2, 4, 6, 8 colors. 1 week's dye works, the rest DMC. It does give you the DMC alternative for that week's dye works, because I have a feeling there are some people that would not use it. Anyway, so I have 3 of those going into the shop. Super cute. Okay. Next we have, oh, a duplicate. Okay, well, I ordered these 2 times in a row. So I have more of 'Twas the Night by Sue Hillis Designs. This one is, so I have like 5 of these in the shop now, y'all. 153 by 223. Yeah, I sometimes do that. When things get back ordered, then I go and reorder, and then I don't realize I got it reordered and I reorder again. It's just kind of how it goes. And then we have the new Cottage Garden Samplings, The Shepherd. I have several of him. I know at least 3 or 4 of these are claimed. I have to go through my list. So, super cute. I went ahead and grabbed as many of this one as I did the last one, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So, yeah. I placed another order yesterday. There's one chart I'm really trying hard to get, but every time I order it, it does not come through. It's always back ordered. I want it. I got people that want it, but I want it. So, okay. I guess I'm gonna, you know, go home and sleep and stuff. Still listening to my book. Remember I talked to y'all yesterday, I finished a quart of Mist and Fury, and I started a quart of Wings and Ruin. It's so good, y'all. It is so good. All right. I'm gonna go back to listening to it and go back to the office and pack up all my stuff and see y'all again tonight here at work. If I can remember world postage stamp so we can do our daily 100 tonight. And I think the other one's a mirror mask. I can't remember. We just did this earlier. All right. I'll see y'all soon. Good evening, everybody. We're back. It is Tuesday, February 7th. I shouldn't have stretched. It makes me want to stretch more. Okay. I remembered world postage stamp, I think. Pretty sure. Like at the last minute as I was walking out the door, here it is. I need to put it on the Q-snap, but I do have the Q-snap with me because we just took Lilith off of it. So here's what it should look like when it's done. That's a horrible picture, but it's a big project. So here's where we're at before we start our daily 100. Remember, we're going to 2,000 on this one because it was one of my 2018 whips. So I have Mini Phantom of the Masquerade from 2017, but it's a hate, so it's gonna be here in a minute. Anything from 2018 are my oldest whips outside of that. So my focus on them this year is 2,000 stitches each and see if we can knock down that list at all. So here's where we're at. We have the top row. The lighting in here sucks, I know, I'm sorry. Top row is completely done. I think this middle part's done too. Yeah, there's supposed to be a year in there, but we're holding off on that. And we've gotten a little bit done on all 3 stamps in the middle of the row. Like, I still need to come down and finish this corner. We've got about half of that one, and we got the outline on this one. So I think I will start here and just work my way over. So let's see, cover photo. Just trying to look. So again, lighting. We're working on this row, so we still have all of this to go. It's obviously not going to be a finish this year, but let's get some work in it. 2,000 stitches I think will go a long way on this one. So I did 1,500 on it last year, and I'm pretty sure that's all of this, and I think even some of this. So there's that. This is on a 28 count Opal Lugana in Aztec from Under the Sea Fabrics. It was a fabric of the month years ago, back when I was doing 28 count, not 32. So that tells you something too. All right, so I'm gonna get that on the Q-Snap here in a minute. Daily 100 on it. Now, I don't know what I had planned for tonight, so I'll have to look at my planner here after a bit, but it's like way over there, so I'm not gonna go crawling around and digging for it. I wanted to share with y'all Happy Mail. Yay, y'all. This one is all for me. This is not for the shop. This is me being irresponsible and spending money. It's okay. I'm supporting my friends. It's always okay when I'm supporting my friends, because you know what? They support me too. So, Vic over at Stitch and Button shared with me some of the fabrics she would be doing in her next batch of bags. I me pleased a couple. That was, I want to say like November of last year, between her trying to get the 12 days of Christmas stuff out and getting sick and getting COVID and all that stuff. Like, it took her a while to get this batch out, but I wasn't in any hurry. And then I think there's also some needle minders in here because she had a live sale, and if you bought them on the live sale, they were cheaper than if you buy them in a group. So I mean, I went a little crazy. All right, so what do we got going on here? First, oh my goodness, there's so much stuff. We have this cute little sloth bag. It is so cute. Oh my goodness, so cute. The inside is this pretty teal flowers. I love it. She always has a cute little zipper fob, and that is also a flower. It matches the inside flowers. Always come with a project card, and which I never use, but I really need to start using, and her logo. But these are removable if such a thing bothers you. Okay, and then this is my needle minders, which we'll get to in just a second. And then this is these cute little penguins. Super, super cute. And snowflakes inside. This one was a gift from a friend. Like, I pre-ordered it, but somebody else paid for it before I could. Oh my goodness, and it's got a cute little penguin there on the zipper pull. So, I guess she got me a bag and a needle minder, because she's bad. And it's the hummingbird for all you do. Oh, it's so sweet. I'm gonna cry. No crying on Zoom. Oh my goodness, that hummingbird is just so gorgeous. Super gorgeous. I saw Vic actually stitching with it the other day, and I was like, I must have. So, sparkly little snowflakes. That's probably what sold me more even than the penguins. All right, and then, like I said, she had a sale. I went a little crazy. Let's pop this open and see all the luscious needle minders. Oop, they're, whoa. Y'all. Okay, so as Vic at Stitch and Button, she's doing this live sale on her Facebook group, I believe. And she says, like, as she's showing each needle minder. You me please it, you say which needle minder, but the chat scrolls pretty quickly. So she's like, make sure you write down whatever you claimed so that in case I miss something. And I'm like, if you miss something, it's just gonna save me a couple bucks. I don't really need any of this stuff, but why not, right? I don't think she missed anything, and maybe I needed to write it down and know how many I ordered. Wow. Okay, so let's get started. We've got Take Me to Paris, because my heart is in Paris ever since Casey and I went. I cannot wait to go back. It was the best trip ever. So it's my Paris. And plus I have an Eiffel Tower needle minder. The tip broke off of it. I still use it, but the very top is broken. And a slothy that probably needs to go in my sloth bag because. All right. So ridiculous. All right, I got duck off because it's never duck. It's never duck, Siri. Okay. And then, let's see the middle one. Marie, she is so adorable. She is my favorite cat ever from the Aristocats, Miss Marie. And, she lived in Paris. Just saying. It's like a fate thing my entire life. All right, this cute little snowman coffee hot chocolate mug thing. It's really cute. We're not done yet, y'all. We're not done. And, sorry, not sorry about that. Yeah. Welcome to the shit show. Because let's face it, sometimes I am a mess and a half. So there's that. I found your nose. It was in my business again. I don't have too much of this going on, just a specific someone. But anyway, there's that one. It's cute. Maleficent, because she's the coolest ever, especially after Angelina Jolie made her so personable. But she's awesome. It also has the dragon. If you can see that. Yeah, there you go. It's really cool. And cause duh. This is Daryl from The Walking Dead. If my son does not steal it from me. But yum. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Yum. Last one, okay? I'm sorry. So ridiculous. I went a little crazy. All right. Got this beautiful turtle. It was just too pretty, right? I had to get my boys from Supernatural because I love them. And then the most important message of the day: inhale good shit, exhale bad bullshit. For those in the back. Read it again. Okay. So that was all of my needle minders because I went a little cuckoo bananas. So I'm so ridiculous, y'all. I'm so ridiculous. Okay. I am uploading last week's YouTube video right now. So it'll be ready to go first thing in the morning like it's supposed to be, unlike last week where I screwed that all up. I'm gonna get to stitching and I will check in with y'all later tonight. Okay, good morning everybody. Gonna check in, then hopefully go get some breakfast because I am hungry. And it's the end of my shift, but it's gonna take a little while for my husband to get back because he had to go rescue somebody who ran out of gas. So it's a thing. Anyway, did the daily 100 on World Postage Stamp. So I got most of this letter done. Went around the edges. Sorry. In that gray color. Filled in some of the white and a little bit of the grass too. So I'll probably definitely finish it tonight since I'll be at work again. And I think I have the rest of this letter. I have a little bit more green for the grass, and then I think this motif is done. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. And then we'll be moving over into that middle postage stamp. Yeah, so we just got to finish up the envelope, a little bit of grass, and then this one will be done, and we'll move into Santorini, where we have more than half of the thing to go. But we're gonna be working on it for a bit because, like I said, I want to put 2,000 stitches in it. It means we have 19 more days of working on this, but I only work on it when I'm in the truck, so that's only one more day this week, and then we'll see what next week's schedule's like. So that is my daily 100 on World Postage Stamp. And then I worked on Fairy Tale Lands too, so it was kind of a soda stitch night, you know. So my goal for this one is 1 motif a month. Sometimes one motif can be a little perceptive, based on perception. So last time I did the group of presents in the tree, because you see it's all together, it's one little bundle of fun. This is a horrible picture, but it's all I've got. So this time I decided I didn't want to do the girl. Well, I couldn't exactly get to the girl without working on the thing in between the two. But I felt like the little castle in between the two was really small. So I didn't want to just be like, that's my one motif, because otherwise we're going to be here forever. So I did the little castle and the 3 ornaments that are hanging above it. So the next time we work on this, it'll be the girl. So it's going to take up probably a couple days, but here's where we're at. So in January, I did the tree and the presents. This time I did this castle and these 3 ornaments. And then the next time it'll be the girl and possibly even the ornament, depending on just how it splits up. Yeah, it may be easier to just go ahead and knock out that ornament with her, because they have some similar colors in them. Then we'll have the nutcracker, and then we'll have the mice. So, or maybe I'll pair that ornament with those ornaments. Maybe that's what I'll do. So we'll have March will be the girl, April will be the nutcracker, May will be the mice, and then June will be the ornaments and probably the words underneath, and then we'll have the entire nutcracker section finished in half a year. Cinderella, let's see, July for Cinderella, August for the shoe and stairs, July, August, September for one of the sisters, October for another sister, November for another sister. Yeah, so by the end of the year, we should have the nutcracker done and Cinderella done and be working on Snow White just a little bit more. So, I mean, in a year, getting 2 entire sections done doesn't seem bad to me, and that's just 1 motif a month. That's very, it's not overwhelming, because I found this piece to be just too overwhelming. So if we do that, then the next year we finish up Snow White. Which way do I go? Finish up Snow White and Sleeping Beauty. I could have this done at the end of next year, end of 2024, if we keep with the way we're doing it, or close enough. And then once this one's finished, then we'll pull out Fairy Tale Lands 1 and work on it again in the same manner of a motif or section per month. It has a lot less done on it though, so it's going to take probably like 3 years, but it's getting more progress now than it did when I started it. So this is one of my 2018 whips. Do I think I'll get 2,000 stitches in it? Possibly. We're at, what, about 600 stitches, 700 stitches right now. So possibly, but my main goal is the 1 motif a month on this one. So I knocked another one of my goals out. So we will see it again next month. Okay, so tonight we are working on World Postage Stamp for another 100, and we are working on, I believe, Mira Mask. I think was what I saw on there. I don't remember off the top of my head. But I'm gonna get this stuff packed up. I'm going to go figure out breakfast and then head home. I hope y'all are having a lovely day, and I will see y'all very soon. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It is my Friday. It's only Thursday morning, but it's my Friday. I'm off for the next 3 days, and I'm glad for it. Tonight was a night of work, non-focus, and a general not feeling well that just led me to be kind of so I got my stitching done, but it's nothing to write home about. It is the bare minimum, and I had to call an audible. Okay, so, and no, I don't watch football, but I know the phrase. Okay, tonight, World Postage Stamp Daily 100. What I had on the schedule for tonight was Spangled, because last night's was Fairy Tale Lands and tomorrow night's is Mirror Mask. And so those are both main characters, so I knew I had a category in between. But due to my lack of focus and not having very much time tonight, I decided to swap Mirror Mask and Spangled. The reason being is Mirror Mask only needs 100 stitches. I was like, I can get that tonight. I couldn't guarantee much more than that. Spangled, however, needs 500 stitches. And if I put that 100 stitches in it tonight, then I wasn't going to work on it tomorrow. So it would have only gotten 100 stitches this week. Whereas if I swap them, Mirror gets done and Spangled has a chance of getting done tomorrow night, depending on how much time I have to stitch. So that's the reason for the play change. So let's take a look. All right. First, we have World Postage Stamp. I did complete the letter and the grass over here, and we started working on this stamp here. So pretty good progress, I would say. I can actually move the Q-snap because now I only need to focus on these two. So I'll probably do that before we work on it next week. But I'm gonna try and complete this stamp before I move to this stamp. And then we'll go down a row. So that's looking good. I did get a comment from one of my viewers hoping Shangri-La would be my focus. Maybe next time. I never really thought about it. As for whether or not I could get it finished by the end of the year on that one, I don't know. Even with it being a focus piece, I don't know. It's got a lot. There's a lot of stitching in that thing. Okay, so here's Mirror Mask. This was Mirror Mask is not the official name for it. I do not know the official name for it. I'm sure it's on her website at this point. Or somewhere. This was a freebie that was given out at a Maribel Minions retreat that I went to, that Nora Corbett was actually there, and they gave us the pattern and the beads for free. They also gave us a needle minder with what it's supposed to look like when it's finished. The lighting in this truck, my goodness. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to look like. Wonder if I can get it closer, but angle it. You can kind of see. Anyway, so that's on there. This is also, I went to the Maribel Minions retreat with some friends that were on my Stiach team, and so we put our Stiach along needle minder on there. So anyways, all that to say, I don't remember what the official name is. I call it Mirror Mask because Mira / Nora Corbett, and there's this masquerade mask, you know. Anyway, we put in 100 stitches down here. I think it was actually like, I thought I heard something. It was actually like 115 stitches. The reason it's only 100 stitches a month is I think that's still going to finish it, because we just have this part, but on this side, and then beads. But if I get to December and it's not finished, then we'll just finish it up in December. We will be that close at least. So it also needs some back stitching up here for this. It's supposed to say 6th or 6 or something like that. Yeah, so that got its 100 for the month, and it'll go away until March. So let's see, we've completed Garden Prelude, Fairy Tale Lands, Mirror Mask. What else do we have? When I Saw. We're done with the 4 of our 5 main characters. The only one that's left is Alice, and that's because I'll pull her out and do daily 100 on her next week, and she'll get done. The other one, my categories. Full coverage is Mini Phantom the Masquerade. We'll be working on that the next few nights. It won't get done this week because I'm only off 3 nights, and it needs 5 nights. But anyway, we finished Monochromatic on Family Patchwork. We still have my medium, which is Haunted Mansion. I haven't pulled out. Stitcher's Choice is Spangled, which will be tomorrow since we swapped it with Mirror Mask. And then my 50 plus, I think, is Alice, which we'll see again next week. So it's all looking pretty good. Looking pretty good to actually maybe stitch on something that's not in those, like the categories and the main characters. We'll see. We shall see. But it is time for me to head home and get some sleep because I'm very blah. So I will talk to y'all tonight, hopefully. Casey and I are both off, and y'all know how I am about recording on those nights. I will try my best, but oh, I have a package to open. I didn't bring it. Okay, we will open the package tomorrow. I had Happy Mail that I totally wanted to open with y'all, and then I forgot to grab it because I was having this horrible smell in this truck. It started yesterday. I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but it started yesterday and it was bad. And I didn't know what it was. Well, when I got to work today, I was like, oh my gosh, y'all, this smell is just, it's killing me. I cannot drive this truck. It smells horrible. And one of my coworkers came over and she's like, it smells like the battery has gone bad, like gotten corroded or is leaking or is something's wrong with your battery. And she goes, I only know because it's happened to me before. We popped the hood and sure enough, there was battery acid going everywhere. So I had to go get my battery replaced in my work truck. It was under warranty though. They just bought it in like November. So it was free, which is cool. Cool for my company. It doesn't come out of my pocket. And so they kind of threw me off. I was kind of in a hurry to get it done because I was like afraid the battery was going to explode or something. I don't know enough about anything to, just enough to be paranoid. Anyway, all right, I'm going to head out. I will talk to y'all tomorrow, hopefully. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, so that's not too incredibly loud. I'm sitting here waiting for Lexi to get out of school because I got to run her home, let her change clothes, and then take her to softball. She has to be there by 4 o'clock, so it's a quick turnaround. I've been painting today. We're trying to get the house done so we can move in. But I wanted to open this package finally with y'all. So I got about 2 minutes before all the kids start swarming. That should be plenty of time. Package is hot because it's sitting in the car window. That was dumb. All right, so I played in the Friday night fights with Stitch Me. I really like her fabrics. I have opted to not order from her, to only play in the fights because ordering takes a while, and the fight nights, everything's all prepared and gets shipped out immediately. So that's just how things are going right now. So what I was looking for was 40 count Verdal. She does Verdal, and I was able to get 1 piece. This is Devil's Claw. It's 40 count Verdal. I'm gonna open it up so we can see what it looks like. Can't see a whole lot with my glasses on. Okay. Ooh. So I don't know if that sun is too intense to really see. Okay, there we go. It's got some blue and purple. Yeah, so let's see if you can see. There we go. There you can see the modeling better. So that is the 40 count Verdal I was able to snag. And then, because I couldn't pass up a very beautiful yellow, I got some 32 count Jobelan in My Sunshine. Apparently it was a fabric of the month at some point. And so it is, it's beautiful. I'm gonna pin the shade so it doesn't blind you, but beautiful yellow color, which I like yellow, so I will use that. And then I did something that I don't normally do, and that is I grabbed some silks. My friend Vicky over at Reading and Stitching, she and I were both on the fights that Friday night, and we both decided we're gonna try some of the silks. So this is Royals Games. It's beautiful. It's got teal and gold and purple, just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna have to find something to stitch in that because it is gorgeous. So pretty. All right, that's my package. So I've been waiting on packages all week, and one of the ones I was waiting on, I got a call from them today. They shipped it to the wrong address, so it'll be in at some point when they get it reshipped. So alrighty, I'll be back tonight for stitching, or tomorrow. Like I said, we're gonna focus on trying to get the house. Okay, so there's this new game that comes out tonight, and my husband is really looking forward to playing it. So the goal is to see how much we can get done on the house before it comes out. And once it comes out, he will play the new game, and I will stitch. I'll probably watch him play the new game because it looks like a lot of fun. I watched somebody play it last night on YouTube live. So, all right, I see kids now, so I'm gonna let y'all go. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. It is Friday morning, or I call it morning. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but I've only been up for like an hour and a half. I didn't check in last night because I never do. Anyway, I spent most of yesterday. We painted the other house. We were working over there, and I'm a mess. Look at my hair. Oh my goodness. And then once we got here, I was still doing stuff most of the evening. So I didn't really get stitching till kind of late. I still hit all my goals last night, which was really nice, but I think I pushed myself a little too hard. And I have a blistering headache today. So, but that's also why, like, I put my last few stitches in at about 5:30 this morning. So, and normally when I'm off work, I go to bed between 4 and 5. But my husband has a new game and he was up late. So I was like, I'm just going to finish these 500 stitches. So anyway, first we, put our daily 100 into Mini Phantom of the Masquerade. It's been a minute since we've seen her. Oh my goodness. I meant to find out what the percentage is on her and I forgot, but, we finished most of this other eye and some black down here. I think there's still a few stitches in the eye. That was a hard area to work on because there's so much confetti. I'm gonna show you on my back that trying to stitch through that was kind of a mess. But it is what it is. So we're gonna come back up here tonight. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks, I think, left in this page. And then we'll be going down to the next page because I did this one by column, so I'm going to keep with that. There was another one I did by row, and then Alice is the diagonal. I don't know. Anyway, so this one has 1, 2, 3 pages, almost 4 pages done. So pretty good progress on her. And I'm going to work on her 100 tonight and 100 tomorrow night, and then she'll go away. Alice will come back for a week, and then she'll come out for the last week of the month. Okay. And then So last night I worked on Spangled because I told you how I swapped them out. And like I said, I didn't get to stitching on it until almost 3 o'clock this morning. And so I was like, great, now I'm gonna put like 100 stitches in it and then go to bed. And I could have just worked on it the other night at work, no big deal, right? But then it does stitch up kind of fast. And I was really into my book. I'm on the 3rd book of the Court of Roses and Thorns. Court of Thorn and Roses. It's called A Court of Wings and Ruin. I finished up part 2 yesterday and I started part 3. So I was really into it. My husband was playing his game. I was kind of breezing along, and by the time I would have normally been done, I was at almost 400 stitches. So I was like, we're just gonna knock it out and get all 500 stitches that we need for the categories this month. Now this one was my stitcher's choice. Yeah. So I finished up this for the most part. There's a few stitches down here, but this is part of the next page. But I figured if I finish the shadow part anyway. I did find out I need to frog this. It's 1 row too far over. So that's something I'll work on probably here in the next few minutes so that the next time I work on this, it's ready to go. We finished up some of this in here. Like I was really, if you see this little black right there, that is where the page ends. So I was trying to just get this page completely finished. I didn't get there, but I got a good ways towards it. Like I said, I need to work on this. I need to frog that, but then we'll be working on this last page over here whenever we pull it back out. Well, and a little bit in this page, but mostly we'll be working in the new page. I don't remember when I started this one to know whether or not its goal is 2,000 or 1,500, but this is what it looks like. So we are right over in here. I have these pages all completely done, and I've also worked down this way a little bit, but so once we get into like this area, we're gonna stitch so fast, but it is going up until it is called out again. Like I said, after I frog those stitches here in a few minutes. So that was my progress last night. And tonight is Mini Phantom of the Masquerade and I think Haunted Mansion. Pretty sure. No, tonight is Epic Pokemon because full coverage Friday. And then tomorrow night is Haunted Mansion. Okay, so I got some more Happy Mail. This is for the shop. Yet again, I did not get the pattern. I have this one pattern I've been trying to order for months and it keeps coming back as back ordered. I want it, just want it. Okay, so, okay. This is a pretty limited order and I think it's because back ordered. Let me see. Yep, okay, so I got some more classic color works that are going to go in the shop. If you are browsing the Facebook page, there's a picture of just threads. One's DMC, one's classic color works, one's Weeks Dye Works. I can now get gas too, so I can start ordering those. What I mostly do is if somebody requests a color, then I buy 3 of them. So then the rest go in the in that list. I'm not listing how many I have of each, so you'll just have to ask when you order or say I want that, and then once it's gone I'll just delete it out of the album. So I had a friend who, she is kitting up Valentine's Fairy from Nora Corbett, and so those are the colors for it. All right, then we have a hands-on design, the winter basket. These cute little small little motif things. Triple play pillows. It is, each design is 67 by 67, uses 6 DMC colors. So pretty small quick stitches, especially that bottom one. There's not much to it at all. So I have one of those that was requested and 2 going in the shop. I have Snow on the Ground. This one is not telling me. Well, that's interesting. It doesn't tell me the stitch count. I'd probably have to open it up. Anyways, there are 3, 6, 7 DMCs. It says 9 by 9. Oh, I'm talking about the fob. It's because there's 2. There's the house, and then there's this little fob thing. So that's why it's not giving me the count. But anyway, so I got one of those requested, 2 going in the shop. And then Mad for Plaid, I believe this is a new series. I'm not quite sure. So this is Mad for Plaid. It's got each of the seasons. Each size is 51 by 51. It's kitted with Cosmo flosses. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 Cosmo flosses. I don't know if it gives you a DMC conversion. So there's that. All right, so I have one of those requested and 2 going into the shop. Okay, that is happy mail for today. I think I'm placing another order tonight, so we'll have one early-ish next week. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get these added to the shop, then I'm gonna go stitch. I may even go and work on the house a little bit. He sucked back into his game, so I don't know if he wants to work, but I might go do a little bit on my own. We'll see. We'll see. We're getting really close. So we have the master bedroom, the hallway, the living room, and the kitchen. The walls are painted. Now we need to do like the ceiling and the trim. Again, that's not a huge deal. If we needed to go ahead and move, we could. Lexi's room needs the floors done and the room painted, and Ryan's room needs his room painted. Other than that, it's getting some stuff that doesn't need to be in there out of there and starting to slowly move stuff from here over there. I'm hoping to be done by the end of the month, but I'm not holding my breath. It's just how it's going right now. So, yeah. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day, and I'll check in probably tomorrow afternoon like this, because at night I just can't seem to get it together. See you soon. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. It is Saturday night / Sunday morning. I didn't check in last night, and this is my check-in for tonight. So it is what it is. My husband worked tonight, so that's why you're not getting a double day tomorrow. Okay, so last night let's see what I do. Cleaning and computer work, and then some stitching. So, I got, well, last night and tonight's daily 100 on mini Phantom of the Masquerade. So, here's where it's at. We've gotten 300 stitches this week. We did this bottom corner, the top corner, and the middle corner. And so we'll see it again, not this coming up week, which will be Alice. It'll be the week after that. So, and we're going to continue the alternating weeks until this one gets to 1,500 stitches, and then something else will take its place. Or, I'm sorry, 2,000 stitches, because it's technically 2017, not 2018, but the idea is that 2018 and older, like, I just want to kind of give those whips some more love. So I found your nose. It was in my business again. So cute. Anyway, so that is the 200 stitches from last night and tonight on that. And then last night I worked on Epic Pokemon, which I think I had originally thought about putting in my categories, and then I took out of my categories, but now I put back in my categories. So it's all good. It's all good. So I put about 500 stitches into it last night. So that's where we're at. It's a mess. It's a whole hot mess. But I'm kind of working diagonals. So like I work on a diagonal, but I'll carry the threads for a little bit. And then I go to the next diagonal and kind of do the same thing. It's kind of weird, but it's working. You can see how like that one continued out there. But this is going to kind of be my stopping point here at the bottom. And then we'll move over because, I mean, I can't get past the Q snap. So that is where I'm at on Epic Pokemon. There's like 115,000 stitches in this. And I think I've got like, I don't know, a few thousand in it anyway. So he's trying to play with my threads again. All right, so that was last night. Got the 500 stitches in that. And because I got a late start on stitching, and then I was like, I want to get to the 500 stitches. And so I think I stayed up till like 6:30 this morning to get those stitches in. And then today, okay, so I got up and, you know, did housework, vacuuming and laundry and dishes, and saw my husband off to work. And I was all ready to sit down and stitch. And I was like, you know, I should probably do a little work at the other house. So I asked Lexi, I was like, why don't you and I go do your floor real quick? Because we're using this epoxy paint. She has the bedroom that used to be a garage. They turned it into a room. When they did that, they just stuck these plastic tile things on the cement floor. And of course they didn't stick because cement, it didn't adhere very well to cement. So, we got this epoxy paint that's made for garage floors. And, I said, you want to go paint? And she's like, yeah, sure. And we opened up the can. Apparently you're supposed to get the epoxy tinted. It looked like milk. It was kind of gross. It wasn't even like 2% milk, you know, that real thin kind of watered down milk. And then I read on the side where you're supposed to have them put color in it. I thought because it's called slate gray, or slate base or something like that, that it already had the gray in it. But I think the one I looked at online and the one I actually bought may have been slightly different. But anyway, so we had to run into town and get the tent put in it. And we ran a couple other errands while we were there. And then we got home, I guess it's about 10 o'clock tonight. And then, because it's like an hour to town, an hour back. And again, we ran other errands. So we ate dinner and I'm like, are we still doing this or are we going to wait? And she's like, no, let's do it. So we went over there and we knocked that out. And that took us like 30, 40 minutes. It's not a very big room. And we may do another, we definitely need to, there's the cement floor, but there's kind of this cement that goes up the walls a little bit. We're going to paint that. We didn't think about it till we were already halfway through the room and we couldn't like step back on the paint to go do more. So we've got to do those sides and we'll probably put another coat in just to be sure. But it takes 3 days to dry. So it's going to be a minute. And then I came back over here and then I said, Ryan, you want to go paint your room? And he's like, yeah, sure. So we went and painted his room. And that took about an hour, or just over an hour, which I really don't think is too bad for a full room. He and I were working together really well. He was working on the lower half while I was working on the upper half. And we would switch out between, we had a roller and an edger. And so like I would edge all the top while he was rolling the bottom middle. And then we'd switch and he'd take the edger and do the bottom half and I'd roller the top. And it was, but my arms are like jello. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And then I finally sat down to stitch. So it was actually like 1 in the morning before I even started stitching tonight. Got the Daily 100 on Mini Phantom of the Masquerade. And then pulled out Haunted Mansion, which was the last of my categories that I needed to work on. Outside of Mini Phantom of the Masquerade, it still needs 200 more stitches before the end of the month, but we know that we're working on that after next week. So I pulled out Haunted Mansion and my goal on it is 500 stitches for categories. And we got it. So I filled in. This one, it's kind of hard not to jump around, but I was trying to kind of finish out the rooms before I didn't really want to work on the sides because they're too close to the Q-snap. I'll move it from side to side and do that after we get done with the bottom. But so basically this room is completely finished on this page. Now, of course, there's a little bit more to it on the next page. As you can see, I started to kind of go there, but I wanted to get like even all the backstitch details. So this room is completely done except for a little bit that's on the next page. Same with this one. As you can see, I got all the backstitching in. And now I'm working on these stairs down here. But I got 504 stitches into it, so I'm going to put it away and go to bed. Because it's already 5:45 in the morning. I'm tired. I have to go to work tonight. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. And I haven't laid out my plan for this next week. Now, next week doesn't have a lot of plan to it. Like, I'm going to have some plan, but it's going to be kind of free flowing because we finished 4 of our 5 categories. The only one that's left is Mini Phantom of the Masquerade, which again, after next week, we will knock that one out. On my 5 main characters, the only one I have left is Allison and Dolly Dream, which we'll work on later this week on the days that I'm off. It only needs 2 days. I think 2 days. And, well, that's how many I have off this week. So we'll make it happen. So since I don't have those particular goals to fill into those days, it's going to be a little more free form where, I just kind of pick a whip and work on it for whatever amount of stitches I get done that night. Tomorrow, Sunday, is going to be the one that's a little bit different. In fact, I'll probably go ahead and end this vlog with this clip. Anyway, because I have a friend having a birthday event and you get points for every whip that you work on that she also has. And this was one of them. I did not even realize that until yesterday when the pop-up happened. So the pop-up, this was already planned to be my stitch for tonight. And then the pop-up came up and I was scrolling through her whip album to see which ones we had in common. And we had this one. And I was like, well, there's 13 points right there because her birthday is February 13th. 13 points for each whip that you have matching that you get at least 100 stitches in. So that being said, the end of the event is tomorrow. So I have 2 more whips in common with her that I'd like to work on tomorrow night. But I'm going to have to kind of get on it at work. So we'll see if it happens. But one is Haunting Household. And the other is Dark Queen of the Earth. She also has Dark Queen of the Seas, but it's on my bench. And so I don't need points that badly. So I'm going to try and get 100 on each of those before I do my daily 100 on World Postage Stamp. Just because the deadline is 11 p.m. my time. And y'all know I don't get a whole lot of stitching done before dark. So to get 200 stitches in as it is before 11 o'clock might be pushing it. So we'll see. I'm going to take them with me anyway. World Postage Stamp. Okay, I work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday's in a shack though, so at least I'll get to stitch that night. Really good. Yeah, so I don't really have a lot of plan. Probably just throw a bunch of my whips in a bag. Stuff that we haven't worked on yet. Stuff that hasn't seen the light of day just yet. So I'm going to pull 5 of them and put them in my bag. And that's how we're going to do this week. I'm not going to decide what day we're working on what. I think that'll be nice change of pace because we've been kind of doing the planning thing for a while now. And this can only work if I get all my goals complete first, which I did really well this month. Right? There's not any I need to go back and work on. I don't think so. Okay. And then the days that I'm off. Wednesday, I requested off because it's Ryan's birthday. We're going to take him out to dinner. He does have a bedtime that night, so it's not like I'm going to have to take the whole night to hang out with him. And that's when I'll do Alice and whatever if I work on that night. Then I was supposed to be off Friday, but I took a call in. That's a shack, though, so nice stitching. Saturday is his actual birthday party. So stitching that night is probably going to be very limited, and maybe only my daily 100 will get done. We are taking him to the movies and going bowling and going to Barnes & Noble because that's where he went. Oh, and we got to go to Verizon too. So, all the birthday stuff. It's going to, plus Lexi has a tournament that day. And so I don't even know if she's going to get to go with her brother to his birthday party. Like, I really don't know what's going on just yet. She's got, her first softball game is on Tuesday, February 14th. Wednesday, she has cheer tryouts. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, she has a tournament. Poor girl. It is a hectic week. And if she makes cheer squad, it's only going to be like this all year next year. But because she's in band, she's got college classes, she's in softball, and now she's trying out for cheer, track. Track starts soon. Insanity. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now. I have yammered on long enough. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you found something you're interested in and keeps you coming back for more, even if it's my little birdie man back there. That is Max. I think he's trying to sleep and I'm interrupting him. Oh, and Toulouse's sleep. He's like, his mouth was moving a second ago because he was dreaming. Probably dreaming of wet food because they only get it every once in a while and he thinks he deserves it every day. Every time I open a can in the kitchen, he thinks it's for him. Okay, so if you're new here, welcome. Hope you found something that keeps you coming back for more. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much, friend, for coming back week after week. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the ways that you show you love me. The other half of my heart is holding the phone. And I will see y'all next week.